Today's first reading is the beginning of the book of Sirach. Here, the Lord is praised as the source and preserver of all wisdom, graciously sharing this wisdom with his people. In the Gospel today from Mark chapter 9, a boy who suffers from violent seizures is brought by his desperate father to Jesus after the disciples failed to heal the boy. Jesus rids the boy of his ailment and uses the event to emphasize the importance of prayer and faith. As someone who can overestimate her own role in the grand scheme of things, I find this passage from Sirach to be a humbling reminder, forcing me to confront my own ignorance and arrogance. Reflecting on my mistakes and uncertainties, these verses challenge me to embrace my shortcomings and to accept the limits of what I can control and understand. I find myself thinking how often my personal failures stem from my inability to see beyond my own narrow perspective. In that realization, there's an invitation to humility and growth, a call to seek genuine transcendent wisdom. I often forget that the disciples were actively engaged in ministry even in the time when Jesus was physically present. And still, in today's gospel, when faced with a concrete challenge, their power seems insufficient. This moment is strangely consoling for me. If even the disciples could falter, it helps me to realize that spiritual growth is a gradual, imperfect process. Their failure reminds me that development in prayer and faith is an ongoing journey. I, too, am often not where I wish to be in terms of trust and prayer. What also strikes me in this gospel passage is the Father's honest cry. I do believe. Help my unbelief. This past month has been particularly upsetting for me as I wrestle with the uncertainty in the world and in my own life, and I'm consoled knowing that Jesus does not dismiss the Father's mixed faith, but instead responds with compassion and healing. This moment encourages me to bring my own doubts and struggles to God, trusting that my incomplete faith is still enough for God to work in my life. My prayer today is an expression of gratitude for God's acceptance of me. Dear Lord, thank you for accepting me with all my flaws and imperfections. Help me to live a way that honors your grace. Open my heart to your love, and grant me the desire to always know and follow your ways. Amen.